So the biggest altcoin rally in history could be right on the horizon, and I want to discuss how this might affect XRP's price, along with the news of a new acquisition that we have heard over the last couple of days. I want to discuss my thoughts and opinions around that, also discuss the macro in the crypto environment so we can be fully up to date right here on this channel. If you can do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. It would really help me if you did subscribe to this channel. I want to make sure that I'm fully safe and prepared for if, the guys come out and they come for me and I lose my main YouTube channel, and I want to make sure I have this one as a backup. And guys, don't get me wrong, I'm making content here on this channel every single day for the XRP community because I believe that there is a lot of opportunity here. So if you do me a favor, smash that subscribe. Remember, nothing in the video is financial advice, and let's jump straight into it. So according to this tweet right here, I know your patience is running out, but the biggest rally in altcoin history is coming. Of course, if we have a massive rally in altcoins, then XRP will of course probably do similar. You can see here April 2017, April 2021, and now April 2025. Each of those have marked significant bottoms where we have tapped on the rising support level, which we are basically at right now. So it's a very interesting time right now. And again, I think the best way to approach this is understanding for yourself how you want to go about this. Is XRP a long-term position for you? If that is the case, then just waiting patiently and accumulating as much as possible is what I would be doing in that moment. That's what I have been doing over time, and I'm just slowly accumulating my position. On top of that, I also have my trades where I'm short-term trading XRP to make sure that if we do get a parabolic run to the upside, I'm not trapped in my emotional cave where I won't sell my spot bag. So what I do is I trade on the short term with my low leverage strategy, which I slowly take profits from once we start to rise. That way I can take profits from my spot bag much later on. So I have accumulative money, right, that I'm taking from my short-term positions, and I have that to either bolster my long-term positions or to just keep me emotionally in check, because I know how it feels. The market goes rallying and you want to sell, but you also want to hold your XRP or your Bitcoin or whatever it is, and you don't know what to do. So that's why I do that two-pronged approach: spot long-term investing and shorter-term swing trading using leverage so I can grab that profit while it's still there. Guys, we have 13 hours left over on Blofin. This is your last opportunity to get involved in the spinner game where you can win up to 1,000 XRP, and that's with each spin, not just one spin. You can spin a bunch of times, guys. So all you have to do is sign up using the links down there in my description. Blofin is no KYC, no VPN, no personal details. You can trade from anywhere in the world right now. Just make sure you read the user agreement and you understand what's going on. But I do think that having a multiple amounts of exchanges that you can jump between is always good for your risk management. So the links for that are down there, and I specifically asked them to provide this opportunity for my XRP community. So links in the description if you do want to sign up. You can trade on the spot market, the futures market, and also copy trading if that interests you guys. Now, the news of this acquisition is Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has raised the bid to acquire Circle to $20 billion, with the deal reportedly nearing completion. This move could position Ripple to become the first fully fledged bank. Okay, so very interesting stuff here. I'm pretty sure that this is what Ripple were doing anyway, so it doesn't really make much sense. But as this news was going around the market, I did want to give my own thoughts and opinions, and I did go and have a look at Reddit, and I see people here talking about this. So in this guy's head, Ripple buys Circle after a newly agreed upon amount. How does this not interest Elon and his choice for payments on X? You would have a company that owns two of the most licensed and compliance-driven stables with deep liquidity and a bridge asset in XRP for your worldwide everything app, whose only thing left is to do P2P payments. Not saying this will happen this year or anything, but end of the decade maybe. What do you guys think? Now, I do like this. This is long-term thinking. So would Elon Musk be interested in this over the long term? I think it's very possible, but I also think it's very possible that Elon Musk develops his own stablecoin, his own payment network, all of that. And that is one of the reasons why I don't only hold XRP in my portfolio. I know a lot of people are extremely bullish on XRP. That's fine. But I like to have a diverse portfolio. I have a lot of Bitcoin, I have a lot of ETH, I have a lot of Solana, I have a lot of XRP, right? So all of those things I think have a future here in the cryptocurrency market, and they make sure that all of my eggs are not in one single basket. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. And also, guys, as you know, here on this channel, I actually take profits, and I think I'm only one of the only XRP creators here that actually took some profits in this recent run. In fact, I've been buying XRP for years. We then started a position like in this region. I'm not gonna say I called the exact bottom, but in this region, right? And as we pushed up, I was taking profits from my leverage, my low leverage position that I tell you guys about. And then also right here about $2.75, I took profits from my spot back. This was about 25% of my position. We then since went down, and I was a genius here. And then I was a complete idiot here. And then after a few months, I was a genius again. And that is the part and parcel of being someone who has the balls to buy in fear and sell in euphoria. Now, I know a lot of people don't like that. You would have made more money if you just hold it. Sure. But again, guys, I'm here to make money while we go along. And I want to be a little bit of a different voice in this space of people who just buy and hold. I'm here to actually make money, move that money from a really risky asset into harder assets like the real estate market, like potentially stocks and shares market, but not all of the money, just some of it. So we have a diverse portfolio. We set ourselves up for financial freedom. And then if XRP or if Bitcoin goes to 1 million, if XRP goes up a bunch, if those things do happen, we also still have our spot bags, which will make us a lot of money. But I think it's very important to set ourselves up for financial freedom on the way, rather than putting all of our eggs in one basket. And that's what I don't see there to be on YouTube. So if you want that look, maybe it's just the other side of the coin from the way you feel, then subscribe so you can at least stay up to date with what other people think in this market. Because that's what I do. I watch people who disagree with me because that keeps me in check, right? It doesn't give me, an echo chamber of all the things that we believe. Now, when we look at XRP's chart, it's come down to $2.10. Very, very similar here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin went up to 98 and then down to 93. XRP's gone up to $2.36 and now down to $2.10. For me personally, I think this is probably an opportunity to either wait, do nothing, or to bolster our bags depending on where you got into this position. Now, I can't tell you where to buy or sell. Do not blindly follow me because I don't know what will happen, and I'm only risking money I can afford to lose. Never risk money you can't afford to lose, and don't use leverage if you don't know what you're doing. But if you are a trader, and it depending on what kind of trader you are, I think that this is looking like quite a nice support depending on what the overall market does. Now, of course, I believe that the market is dictated by how Bitcoin behaves, and Bitcoin right now is dictated basically by how the NASDAQ behaves. So the NASDAQ has also had a run up. We reached a high and we've come down a little bit. Then we go over to Bitcoin. What's happened with Bitcoin? We had a run up, we hit a high, and now we're having some sort of pullback. Then we run over to XRP. We run over to XRP. We have a run up, we have a pullback. So it's all dictated. It's like a funnel, right? And the lower down we get, the more parabolic the move to the upside could be. So XRP's move could be significantly more parabolic than Bitcoin's move. So this is why I'm holding my positions and waiting for the move to come. Now, we have a lot of information to go through. I'll make another video so you guys can be fully up to date with the macro today, but I wanted to give you guys that little bit of news there. And then we also have Coin Bureau here. Ripple is set to revamp its quarterly XRP market reports after Q2 2025, offering more detailed insights into institutional usage. So a very exciting time for Ripple, for the cryptocurrency market, and especially right now while retail is not paying attention, guys. Just go over to here, Google Trends, search Bitcoin search term all-time low. Let's check out XRP to see if it's any different. Now, we got worldwide past 5 years. You can see XRP is not quite at bear market lows, but it's very close to it. So when we're buying in bear market lows, we normally have a parabolic rise to the upside when the bull market hits again. Now we're trending back down to that. This is a much better opportunity in my eyes than buying when everyone else is talking about it. However, we don't know what will come, so you always need to do your own research. Now, just a final reminder, guys, if you want your last opportunity to get involved in the XRP spinner game, up to 1,000 XRP per spin, all you have to do is sign up and start trading on Blofin, which remember, you can access from anywhere in the world. So I'll leave the links for that down there in the description. Only 13 hours left to get that benefit. So go grab it now, and also check out the exchange. It's a great place to trade. Do your own research, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.